welcome to the video. I'm Hebrew Hybrid. Today I will be doing an unboxing and an overview of this newest package that I just got in maybe a couple months ago. This is the Phantom, the Gold Key Years, Volume 2. Several months back, I did an unboxing and overview of the Phantom, the Gold Key Years, Volume 1. That video is still available on my YouTube channel. Look it up. Without any further ado, let's get it started. Here's the package from thriftbooks.com. It kind of came the same way that the Phantom, the Gold Key Years Volume 1 came. It was a very nice and secure package. Took quite a bit of effort to open it up. Thriftbooks.com is very good about securing their packages. It's very well glued together. You're not going to worry about it busting apart during shipping. As you saw in my earlier video, it took quite a bit of effort to open the package, and I'm kind of anticipating this to be the same way. So let's get started on this. It wasn't as bad as what it was with Volume 1. Open that up. Open up to the side like so. And there you have it. That went pretty well if you ask me. Roar! But anyways, this book contains issues number 9 through 17 of the Phantom during the Gold Key run. And just like the book of Volume 1, this was limited to just 1,000 copies. I just checked thriftbooks.com a couple days ago. They still have some in stock, but supplies are dwindling. Volume 1 and Volume 2 are about sold out. There's some other retailers that might be able to sell this as well. I saw some eBay retailers having this for sale. You might still be able to get it at Barnes & Noble or whatever book outlet that you deal with. My local comic book shop said they couldn't get in Volume 1, so I went ahead and ordered Volume 1 through thriftbooks.com and just went ahead and ordered Volume 2 whenever the time came that I was wanting Volume 2. For those of you that are not very familiar with the Phantom is a Golden Age superhero introduced in the year 1936 by the person named Lee Falk. He introduced his character through newspaper comic book strips, and the Phantom is the very first superhero to ever wear a mask, and he is also the very first superhero to ever wear a skin-tight outfit. On his right hand, he wears a ring that has a skull on it, and on his left hand, he wears another ring that has an X on it. The Gold Key Comic Book Company was around beginning in 1962 and produced comics all the way to 1984 with various Disney titles, Tom and Jerry, Star Trek, Bugs Bunny, so on and so forth, including Buck Rogers. They had a wide variety of titles to choose from throughout their whole tenure of producing comic books. Gold Key started publishing Phantom comic books in 1962 and ran till King Comics took it over in 1966. Gold Key Comics ran Phantom issues from issues number 1 through 17 till King Comics picked it up and ran from issues number 18 through 28. Charlton Comics then took over the title, and instead of producing an issue number 29, there was no issue number 29 that was ever produced by either King Comics or Charlton. Issue number 29 doesn't exist. Charlton Comics produced Phantom comic books starting with issue number 30 in 1969 and ran all the way to issue number 74. But enough of Charlton, let's get on with the Phantom, the Gold Key Years, Volume 2. Let's open this bad boy up. And just like with Volume 1, the front and back part of this book has got various Phantom skulls scattered throughout. We have the cover page here with the Phantom, the Gold Key Years, Volume 2. Here we have certain credits. This was all compiled by a company called Hermes Press. It's a very nice overall look that Hermes Press produced. And hopefully, if there's enough demand for these to be reprinted, hopefully they'll go ahead and do it. Because like I said, these were only limited to 1,000 copies for Volume 1 and Volume 2 apiece. Volume 1 consisted of issues number 1 through 8, while the Volume 2 consists of Phantom issues number 9 through 17. Different story titles with the different issues are even listed here in the table of contents. Here we have an introduction to the Gold Key Phantom. A lot of the Phantom covers for the Gold Key comics was illustrated by George Wilson, while the interior art was done by Bill Lignante. All throughout all the issues of the Phantom's comic books, he's come across all sorts of different types of villainy, all the way from corrupt royalty to poachers, even to space aliens. The Phantom is a very excellent hand-to-hand combatsman, and he is also a very formidable, very solid opponent to have to fight against. The Phantom at times will also put up a disguise whenever the occasion calls for it. The Phantom works very well with various types of animals. The Phantom has 2 animal sidekicks. First one is a specific gray wolf named Devil. Another one is his trusty steed that he rides, a white horse named Hero. Like I said earlier, he is a very well-skilled hand-to-hand combatsman. He can definitely handle himself in a fight, especially if he's against more than just one opponent. These stories of the Phantom revolve around Kit Walker, which is the secret identity of the Phantom. Now, the Phantom, according to mythology of the Phantom, is that he's supposedly has been alive for 400 years, but the truth is, he's a generational character. It's a mantle that's been handed down, father to son, generation to generation. And these stories revolve around Kit Walker, who is the 16th Phantom. Kit Walker works alongside a fictional African tribe called the Bondar. Kit Walker and the Bondar operate in Bengali, which is a fictional country on the continent of Africa. Right here on this page, we're given certain black and white images of the Phantom's love interest, Diana Palmer. Here with issue 10, on the very front cover, we are treated to very nice artwork from the painter George Wilson, where it details a battle with the Phantom and a certain jungle god. The Phantom has several titles that gives credence to his reputation. The Bondar calls him the Ghost Who Walks. Right about this part of the story, we're given a very good perspective on how tall this villain that the Phantom has to fight. Not only is the Phantom a very good hand-to-hand combatsman, he also sports 2 pistols that he oftentimes dual wields. This particular time he just draws one sidearm and disarms his opponent. And the Phantom is not only skilled at small firearms, but also rifles too. He is an excellent marksman. Right about here we have issue number 11. Another very well painted cover by George Wilson. Another thing to note too, that Gold Key never ever put issue numbers on their front covers. You would find the issue numbers inside the comic book itself. This book also shows us some more black and white panels showing the Phantom's lair, the Skull Cave. The Phantom keeps elaborate records of all his historical events, all his battles, all the tribes and other people that he's come in contact with. He does have a treasure room, and also he sports a throne that has skulls at the headrest. The Phantom is able to coexist with several different animals, but there's also times that he has to defeat and possibly even kill certain animals that are out of control. He is a hunter, but he hunts out of necessity and also for food. He never hunts for sport. In this book, they actually reprinted an old comic book ad for a Phantom model kit. I really liked how they're going the extra mile to show certain ads such as this, other than just the classic comic book stories that Gold Key has produced. Another beautifully painted cover by George Wilson. The Phantom trails a stolen crown to solve a 200-year-old mystery. On this page, we see the Phantom chilling with his trusty wolf, Devil, and also riding his horse, the white horse, named Hero. Another display of his excellent marksmanship. He's able to take out a rope ladder with just 2 shots from his handgun. He's able to leap aboard a helicopter and do battle with the pilot before he's actually kicked off. He's able to grab off a piece of the pilot's clothing to where he can actually use it as part of his investigation. As Lee Falk tries to display that the Phantom is an excellent master of disguise, in all honesty, this is kind of conspicuous. On one hand, he's trying to show the reader that this is the Phantom, but they need to actually establish the fact that the Phantom can take off his mask and his costume and put on a disguise to where he's not going to stick out like a sore thumb. It's kind of one of the criticisms I have about this whole thing. Kind of really digging this whole, I would have to call this like a mural. Shows the Phantom riding Hero on what looks like a smoke cloud with Devil not too far behind. Here we have another beautiful cover by George Wilson. This is the Phantom number 14. An enemy agent discovers how to send false orders to the Phantom's jungle patrol. You have the Phantom holding back his trusty companion, Devil, and here we are treated to a very good representation of the Phantom skull ring that he wears on his right hand. The Phantom has kind of like a gimmick that whenever he punches people with his right hand, leaves a skull impression on their forehead or anywhere else on their face. Could be their cheek, chin, so on and so forth. This issue has two stories to it. First one is called The Historian, and the second is called Grandpa. Grandpa details that Diana Palmer leaves her window open for Kit Walker to ever return whenever he has time. Right here she says, "We leave the window open year-round. We never know when he's coming. Every morning Diana looks at the door. One morning it'll be closed. That will mean he's here asleep." Kit Walker and Diana Palmer have known each other since they were kids and are pretty much exclusive with each other. Here we have issue number 15, another beautiful painted cover by George Wilson. To escape his enemies, the Phantom leaps to certain death in crocodile-infested waters. At the conclusion of this story, we are given a very nice big panel illustrated by Bill Ignate. Shows the Phantom riding Hero. Looks like Hero's probably doing a slight stride, a slight stroll, or maybe he's stationary. But he's definitely not in a full gallop. And here we have an image of one of his rings that's on his left hand, the X. The Phantom piece is broken and can only be saved by the legend of the chain. For some strange reason, there's a chain linked up to the Phantom's throne, and he has to get to the bottom of things. He first inquires the eldest member of the Bondar tribe, and so he has to go forth and do a slight investigation, do a little battling, do some encounters, get to the bottom of certain situations, and end up having to free his love interest Diana Palmer from her prison. He is taken captive, he does mount an escape, and does battle, and is able to overturn the scenario that is brought before him. Throughout these issues of the Phantom, we're also shown certain things of his background when he was growing up. This particular story displays how he's playing football, he's doing some boxing, so on and so forth. Towards the end of the book, we're treated to several different covers. These two covers are also featured in Volume 1 of The Phantom the Gold Key Years. This is another storyline that you can find in Volume 1 of The Phantom the Gold Key Years, where he has to recover a diamond-studded cup that was stolen out of his cave. This particular book you can probably find for between $50 to $60. Just depends on where you get it online. It is a very worthwhile find. It is a gem, and it details some of the earlier Silver Age issues of The Phantom. Like I said earlier, this was produced by Hermes Press and limited to a 1,000 copy print run. Hopefully, if there's enough of a demand, they can do a reprint, but supplies are dwindling down. Don't wait too long because these are really starting to run out. Made it all the way to the end of the video. Really appreciate you. If you enjoyed this video, shoot me a like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. Don't wait too long because these are really going fast. I think I saw like 9 of these left of the Volume 2 with thriftbooks.com. Like I said earlier, a few other book outlets might be able to hook you up with it. Might even find it on eBay. But till then, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.